After that, if you read the handbook, it will give you a step-by-step who to go to next when the issue has not met with resolution. New student orientation will be on Thursday, August 1st. The first half of the day will be spent in rotations, learning about South Point, icebreakers, getting to know each other. And then the second part will be actually going from class to class and learning the campus. Textbooks. Textbooks will be, your schedules will become available in June, mid-June. And once you have your class list, visit the South Point website to find the textbook list under academics. You can purchase your textbook wherever. Be sure to check the ISBN to make sure you're buying the right edition. And we have found truly that Amazon's probably the easiest and best. We also do have a textbook exchange in the summer you'll be invited to, where kids leaving this class or that will be selling them to the next group of kids coming in. There are summer assignments. This is not usually welcome. However, they're required. So you can look online once you have your schedule and see which classes require summer reading or summer writing. Students should approach these assignments with full effort. Again, start strong. My point is that main online information system, you all have access to that now. That's where you can find anything you need to know about assignments, announcements, clubs, tutoring, lunch menus, and more, as well as grades. And we do encourage parents not to look at the grades every single day, but keep in tune with how your student's doing. Again, welcome to the South Point community. Artemis's invitation is not just for the students, but for you as well, for the whole family. She says, I look forward to joining you in making memories and celebrating your children over the next 4 years. So thank you, Artemis Martin. Thank you. Thank you. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our athletic director, Mr. Phil Gruensfelder. Please welcome Phil.
Just one quick correction from Mrs. Martin's speech. Orientation is on Monday, August 4th. That has been sent to you. It will be continuing on Monday, but Monday, August 4th, orientation right here on the South Point campus.
Good evening. My name is Phil Gruensfelder. As Kay said, I've been here at South Point for a long time. I've been the athletic director here for 25 years. I've been here as a teacher and as a coach for 34, 35. I too have Lancers that graduated in 09 and 15, so it is a lifestyle for all of us that are up here. This is a great place. And as Mike said, tons of stuff that are going on as we speak right now. We have a track meet that's going on. Our men's volleyball team is playing in our gym, and we're hosting a 24-team baseball tournament at Reed Park. So lots of stuff going on, so please don't be offended that when I'm done here, I'm walking off the stage and going out to our athletic events that I need to wrap up. So giving you a lot of information here. If you have any questions, remember my email address is simple. It's just athletics@southpoint.org. Comes directly to me, and I can help you out. So I'm going to give you some facts, going to give you some information. Welcome again to the wonderful world of athletics. We have 28 varsity sports here. We've gained one since last year. We will have next year women's flag football in the fall, which will be exciting for us. Most of our sports have a freshman JV and a varsity, which equates to over 50 sports that we have going on. We have 8 in the fall, we have 6 in the winter time, we have 10 in the spring, and then we have a couple of year-round sports, which is our POM and our cheerleaders. We encourage the multi-sport athlete. We encourage the multi-sport athlete within that sport season. And I have to describe that a little bit, such as we want our student athletes to participate in a fall sport, participate in a winter sport, and participate in a spring sport. I know that club is a big deal. Our coaches are trying to train our student athletes here to be at their peak performance when their season ends or we have state competition. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you have to play one sport. That is the hill that I will die on, because we want our students to play as many as they're interested in. Our coaches are professionals. They're certified by the Arizona Interscholastic Association. You're going to hear that acronym a lot, AIA. The AIA is our governing body of interscholastic sports. And what interscholastic is, it's the competition between high schools. The AIA oversees 285 schools in the state of Arizona, us being one of them. They post out the rules, the regulations, which we follow. They follow rules from the National Federation of State High School Sports, which is based out of Indiana. So you're going to hear the AIA quite a bit. Our coaches are not parent volunteers. They're paid. As I said, they're certified through the AIA to coach. They coach because they're passionate about their sport. They love our school. They love being around student athletes. I think we put together one of the best coaching staffs straight across the board that I can even think of across the state. Our soccer coach, our men's soccer coach, has been here for 46 years, Wolfgang Weber. And he loves the place. I mean, he tells me, he said, Phil, this is what gets me up during the winter time, is to come here and see these student athletes so that I can coach them, which is a pretty big deal. All of our head coach contact information is listed on our website under athletics. It's the coaches directory. If you have any sports-specific questions for them, please email them directly. If they don't respond to you in a day or two, please email me and I will help with that communication. We have a strict academic and athletic eligibility policy. We check grades every 2 weeks during the season. If at that time a student is earning 2 or more D's and or an F, they're ineligible from practice and competition for 2 weeks. That gives them time to go to Learning Lab, to get tutoring, to go see their teachers, etc. And after 2 weeks, regardless of what their grade is, they're coming back and they're eligible. With an asterisk. In 2 weeks, we're going to do this all over again. So again, we're trying to stress that, give the kids a carrot, have them motivated so that they can get back on the field, the court, the pool, or whatever that may be. So, and I always put an announcement when we are a week away from an eligibility report, and I just say, attention all sports spring athletes. We had one this past week. Monday, March 10th is a grade check. If at this time you are earning 2 or more D's and or an F, you're ineligible from your sport for competition and practice. Please use this week to get your grades up to date, check with your teachers, etc., etc. So we hammer it home, but we need the kids to do their part as well. In order to participate in athletics, you have to have a completed physical packet, and it has to be uploaded to a website called Register My Athlete. It's simple, it's just www.registermyathlete.com. All of that information is on our website. Our Assistant Athletic Director, Danny Preble, has put together step by step on what to do and how to upload that. As I said, all forms can be found on our website. All physicals must be, for next year, must be dated after March 1st, 2025, which was a couple of weeks ago. I get it. I understand some of you already went to your primary care physician and said, it's going to be after the date where you went in January, February. You know, it's not a South Point rule, it's an AIA rule. It has to be dated after March 1st, 2025. If you've already gone to your primary care physician in January, February, it's okay to take the forms into a CVS or a Walgreens or a Minute Clinic to get those, that physical taken care of that way. We never want to discourage people from going to their primary care physician. A new physical is required each year. Fall sports start on August 11th, with football starting on August 4th. Some sports may have some volunteer stuff over the summertime. It is not mandatory at all, but if you're in town and you want to participate, it gets you around your other peers, get to know the coaches. It just makes the transition a little bit easier. We also conduct a couple of workshops throughout the year that you may be interested in. One we have in August, and it just goes over how the athletic department works. A to Z on everything that you may have questions about. We try to fill that in. And then we also do a workshop on playing sports in college. We have a great handbook that is on our website. It's under your My Point. Take a look at it. It's something that we've developed over years and years and years. Lastly, I know that you're eager, or your student is eager to get started, to become a Lancer. But again, here's an acronym again, AIA. AIA requires that 2 things need to happen before you can participate in any South Point related things. 1, be registered for classes, which I think you all are, and graduate from your middle school. So you'll get information on basketball, both men's and women's, about them having a summer camp and clubs and program, but you can't participate, you can't come on our campus and do those things until you graduated from your middle school. Okay? And I think that's it. Lastly, just want to welcome you. If you have any questions, as I said, please let me know. Love to answer those questions. So let me introduce our Dean of Women, Miss Jessica Caballero.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jessica Caballero Walker. I'm one of the deans here at South Point. Patrick Ryden, he is the other dean. He's actually at the track meet right now, helping out right there until Phil comes back. There's just a few things that I want to go over while we have this short amount of time. So as of right now, our dean's office is in student services, but with the new addition of more counselors, we will be moving somewhere else. We'll let you know. It's still in the works, but this is a great thing, you know, having more hands on deck there. Our attendance policy, this is something that has been an ongoing, you know, struggle that we have. Kids, right now our attendance policy is we have a max of 12 absences. That counts unverified and verified. So the verified is even if you call in and say my student's going to be absent due to a doctor's appointment, that still counts towards your 12 absences. Now this is 12 absences per class, not per day, okay? The process of having these absences is once you hit 8, we will send out an email letting you know, hi, your student has reached 8 absences, here's our attendance policy. At 10, we'll make a call home. Just kind of see what's going on, how can we get your kid, you know, back on track to not miss any more school. At 12, we will then schedule a meeting with the principal, okay? The end goal is to have your kid here. With our block schedule, some of these classes are only meeting 2 to 3 times a week. So missing one class, it is a significant amount of time, and if you miss really more than 4, it can be quite a bit to catch up on, which can then become overwhelming for the student. So please, you know, if you can, if you can, you know, try to schedule things during breaks. If it's not doable, coordinate. Have your students contact their teachers, coordinate with them, you know, get caught up while they can, or, you know, have the work that they will be missing, so that way when they come back, they're not missing a step, okay? Cell phones. This is a fun topic. So right now, we have the procedure of when you are in the classroom during class time, cell phones go up into your caddy. Okay, they are not to be used at all during school times. Even if you go to use the restroom, it has to stay in the caddy. Now during passing periods and during lunch, they are able to utilize their phones, but absolutely during no time during those classroom hours are they able to have access to it. Now of course, if it's something where, you know, there's a family emergency going on, my mom's gonna be contacting me, coordinate that with the teacher. I've yet to know any teacher that goes, nope, I'm teaching, you know, equations over here, your family's gonna have to wait. We just need that communication. Please know and share with your students that if your student is using their phone during class time, it will be confiscated. It will then have to be taken down to student services where your student can pick it up after school. If it becomes excessive, we will then make a call home stating we confiscated your student, here is the situation, we now need you to come and pick up the phone. We try not to get to that level because the last thing we want to have to do is have you then leave work or whatever it is you're doing to come pick up your student's phone. So this also goes, please talk to your kids about burner phones, okay? You think that wouldn't be a thing, but it is. That's something that we're seeing an increase of is students putting in burner phones and then utilizing their regular phones during class time. Know that if at any point they're utilizing a cell phone, a smart watch, and the smart glasses during any test, it will be an automatic 0. Okay, so please have those hard conversations with them. we are constantly educating ourselves on what the new technology is, what the new tricks are, and these are something that we're looking out for, okay? Dress code. As of right now, and in the past, most likely in the future, our dress code is pants can be black, khaki, or navy blue. They cannot be any leggings, they cannot be a jean material, no athletic material. They must have a button and a zipper. Now for shorts, they have to be fingertip length, okay? Please have this conversation with your students, because as the time goes on, I will start just sending students home or requesting parents to bring clothes to their student, okay? Polos have to be worn every single day, no matter what. Even we have a student saying, I'm wearing a South Point sweatshirt, understandably so, polo still has to be worn, all right? This also goes for student IDs. It has to be a current student ID. This becomes a conversation quite a bit because the students don't understand why this is the case. Why is it so important for me to wear my student ID? For us, it's a safety thing, okay? If a student has a current student ID, that means that they're a current student at our school. God forbid we have a lockdown, whatever it may be, we will be able to identify this person is allowed to be on campus or this person is not allowed to be on campus. So even though it may seem so mundane to your child, there really is a reason behind it. Drug testing. During your students' time here at South Point, they will be drug tested at least one time. It is a randomized system. Mr. Bleharsh, the sweetest old man, he is the guy who, he clicks the button, it randomizes it, and then it prints out a list. Every week we'll get a list of those students who will receive a pass. They will go down to our nurse's office, who is trained, knows how to do this. They will then receive the drug test. Should your student test positive, there is a process. We're not a school where it's, oh, one time, you're out. We like to see if we can make progress there, if we can have a student do different. Our first contact is we have a student meet with the counselor, we call home, we get everyone on the same page, and we refer the student to the MARC, okay? There they'll go through the whole process of, what brought the student to make that decision. After that, if, 3 months later, the student will be tested again. Should they test positive, again, it'll be a different conversation. It's now gonna be okay, we already addressed this once, what we are doing isn't working, now where do we go from here, okay? If your student fails 2 drug tests, please know that we do withhold the right to ask you to withdraw. That is never our go-to choice. However, please note that is in our handbook. So we have not gotten to that point. It's not something that is very common here, but I just want to make you guys aware that is a possibility, okay? Code of conduct. I put this in because I wanted to bring up something that has been, it's a bit of an uncomfortable conversation, but I think it's a very important one to have. Please have those hard conversations with your kids in regards to cell phone use, internet use, the sharing and receiving of explicit pictures. All right, at least once a year, we have to make a police report because someone is either showing an explicit picture at school or they're sending an explicit picture. Again, this is not a comfortable conversation to have, but I feel like we'd be doing you guys a disservice if we did not have it. So please, we are not going to be the ones to step into the role of, parent and have that conversation because we don't want to cross over any lines of what's appropriate and what's not. So I beg of you, please have those hard conversations with your kids, okay? I think that at this point, even having one every year is one too many. A lot of our kids don't know what the rules are, what the laws are, and it's something that we're really trying to, put a stop to, okay? I think that's all that I have. So next up is Miss Vanessa Sturba.